to 310. That's a lot more. And what are we going to do? I tell you what, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for importers or for people who are even importing raw materials. And the more you pay for the importation of your raw materials, the more it will affect the retail business. And it's going to cost a lot. We are talking about how to get people engaged in having good jobs and going to good schools. But where are we going to get the money to start establishing new companies? We should be developing entrepreneurs in this country. We're talking a lot about agriculture. Who is that? I've never seen a state governor or a local government chairman that will say, "Listen, I have hectares of land that you come to my state. I'm going to give you hectares of land to start this agricultural program." And I've never heard about, some young men and women that have been encouraged. It's not just telling them, "Look, you can go to the farm." Things. I mean, these guys want to have iFarms. They have iPhones, iFood, whatever. So when you begin to have iFarms, you see a lot of young men and women going to their place. But you have to encourage them. Tell this young man, if you have these acres of land, we are going to lease it to you for 70 years, for instance, and you can have a small 2-bedroom. We build it for you, so you can stay here. But there's a contract. If you mess around within the next 3 or 4 or 5 years, we can take it back from you. That guy will go back to that place and begin to work. We have to encourage. Go beyond this theory of agric and stuff like that. I think we should do more in that area.
Now, Mr. Moran, the budget has finally got to the National Assembly, and all kinds of sounds have come out of there, and they've agreed to look at it. What are your expectations once the debate really gets going about the content of the budget?
Well, the problem we have in Nigeria basically is that most of the people who are in office are persons who have not passed through the crucibles of life, have not walked their way to positions. You see somebody wake up one day, somebody picks the person from the street and says, somebody that could not buy two cartons of beer, suddenly somebody picks him and makes him a representative. There's no grooming, there's no mentoring, there is nothing. Just say, okay, this man has to be. And then when they go there, if the quality of debate does not show knowledge of what they are there for. So we ask how many of the members of the National Assembly discuss with their constituents to know what the problems they have. I live in Ikorodu. There was a time there was a drainage that was supposed to be made. 65 million naira was allocated. I had to go research it when Okonjo-Iweala was publishing the details. The senator from my area ran the drainage, broke all the little culverts we built, and left the place like that.
65 million
gone.
The senator from your place,
yes,
was the one given the contract?
Yes, it was him. Because it was supposed to be a constituency project. The guy just ran things and that was all. Money gone. Now, what are we asking our representatives that are there? What are they doing? How many of them have come home to ask, what are your issues? So that we can put them in the budget. Because that's what you call pork and barrel. You negotiate. You say, look, my area needs this. I need roads in Ikorodu. I need to open up Ikorodu. If you open up Ikorodu, this is what you are going to get. The IGRO from Ikorodu may help. And the local governments, unfortunately, are not functional.
That's right.
They are not.
That's right.
So the local government chairman is maybe somebody that, unfortunately, with respect, is picked at Bodilon. May not be a person that understands the area. So we must look at things properly. If there's a man at Ikorodu who controls traffic every day, nobody has thought of that man becoming a councillor. He controls on his own. Nobody pays him. Wherever there's traffic, he runs from there to K2. When I drive, I said, this man, who gives you? He said, nobody gives me, just doing it. Every day. So we must look at these people that are there. What knowledge of budget? How many of them have come out to ask for economists like this to come and train them? How do you debate budgets? If I have a case that concerns medicine, I'll look for an expert come and tell me how this thing operates. So that when I'm cross-examining a doctor, I'm talking like a doctor. I cannot cut open anybody, but I'll be talking like a doctor. So we need to get people to really do, because now we're talking of change. We should leave behind that period we had a lot of money. We could do as we liked. Everybody had to go to England. Everybody had to go to America. Everybody had to send, every local government councillor to send his child out of the country to school.
They still do.
Yeah, of course. But now they have to source for their money. Because you see, when the president may not have ability to lay out his thoughts properly, but I could feel the man was angry. And you have to be angry, because if you look at what our children are doing, if you go across the border, what our children are doing there, all of them are running, with respect, we're on air, but the kind of lifestyle they're living. They run the clubs, they do all this. You see, they say they're supposed to be in school. They're not in school.
But let me bring this in here. Alera asked a question about legislation.
Yes.
And he said you're here to clarify on that. If the CBN governor had said, go source for your funds, and they're going to Benin Republic or Ghana to bring in this forex, to import the forex, with only declaring at the border posts being the only snags or challenge it might face, how would that work with our laws?
That is the devil and the deep sea issue. Because when you bring them in, you must declare where you got them from. Because you see, I think also the reason for this is that so much of our money has been stolen out, taken out. You understand? The government also wants to check how you bring these monies in, because unfortunately I'm going a little bit off tangent, because the effect of bringing this money, uncontrolled money in, is that they can fund terrorism, they can pull the country down. So when you bring the money in, you have to declare your source of the money.
But,
see, because
that point of declaration, how effective has it been? Because before now, people find ways of passing monies to back and forth the borders, and even through some of the banks.
Yes, well, you see, what I noticed, the last time I was traveling out of the international airport, I saw the declaration form was so blurred, so horrible, you could not see anything. And I was complaining. And then the SSS man that was just said, okay, sir, he started taking down notes. I was surprised. He was taking down notes. And by the next time I was traveling, I think it was a little better. But you see, you go to Accra, the same document that they give to you is printed. They just pass it on to you. It's clear, it's printed. Why do we have, our things have to be different? You go and make photocopy, and you cannot make a proper photocopy, something that is so blurred. Why are we like that?
You see, so when
yes, so when you say you are declaring, the man, you also have to teach the man there at that border that, look, if you do otherwise, if maybe somebody has to check somebody, that is how it is. In America, where we call, all of us shout America, America, American, there's somebody that checks the other person. If an FBI agent breaks the law, the police can arrest him. But in Nigeria, once you carry a gun, you are above everybody, nobody can touch you. If you are an army man, police cannot arrest you. These are things that we must check. Because before now, in the 70s when we were younger, people who worked in government, they returned vehicles by 5 p.m. The governor of Southeastern State, Eswene, if he's going out in the evening, he will drive himself, or he will get another friend to come and drive him, because the government driver has gone home.